So welcome everybody. It's great to have you. I'm so glad you came. My name is Christie May, if you don't know me, and it's truly an honor to be holding this sacred space with each of you for our monthly spiritual connections and healing circle. So whether you're joining us live for the first time or returning, please know that you were guided here for a reason. There is something in this space for you tonight, whether it comes through a message, a healing, an insight, a feeling of peace, or simply the reminder that you're not alone. This gathering was created to be heart-centered community where healing and spirit can meet in grounded, meaningful ways. Each month we blend spirit-led messages, evidential mediumship, intuitive connection, and the wisdom of guest healers who bring their own beautiful gifts to support this circle, like Tammi here tonight. So tonight, of course, is our featured guest, Intuitive Tammi. Tammi is a spiritual teacher, intuitive healer, mentor, author, and the host of Straight Outta Savannah, where magic happens. Her mission is to empower women to reconnect with their higher selves, trust their intuition, and release subconscious patterns that may be keeping them stuck. Tammi will be sharing a short teaching and guided practice with us tonight, and I know it will be exactly what many of us here need. So, and then after Tammy's offering, I will move into a spirit-led message portion of the circle where wherever I'm led, it'll either be evidential mediumship, psychic insight, spirit-guided messages, trance channeling, whatever comes through that my higher self and my spirit guides will kind of nudge me in that direction. So, and just to let you know, not everyone may receive a direct message or reading tonight, but please know that healing often happens through witnessing the messages that are meant for others. Spirit work through resonance, and what is for one person can also touch many, many hearts. All right, I replay this on my YouTube channel, which is called Christie May, Grounded Spiritual Growth. Most importantly, stay open, stay grounded, trust whatever resonates for you. And let's take one deep breath together just to kind of reset and get ready for everything. So inhale in through your nose and blow it out through your mouth. Good, and with that, we'll open the circle in love, healing, and highest intention. So, welcome, Tammi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
You ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All righty. So I'm going to share my screen. So the title is Stop Proving, Start Receiving. Healing the overgiving pattern through feminine embodiment. Unlock the power of imagination. So I did a little thing, because I'm learning Spanish. Soy, soul midwife for awakened women. I am a metaphysical, a spiritual teacher, intuitive healer, and mentor, the host of Straight Outta Savannah, Where the Magic Happens podcast, the author of several books, and a creator. So let's go. Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm so glad you are here. Before we begin, I want you to take a breath with me. Not a fixing breath, not a striving breath, just a breath that says, I'm here now. So take that breath now. Today we are talking about receiving, not as a mindset, not as a strategy, but as a state of being. And so I want to share the reason why I actually created this workshop is because so many women that I come across with, that I work with even that I just see out in community, don't understand receiving. And what keyed me into that was, if you give them something, they'll say, "Oh no, never mind. No, I don't need that. I don't want that," or whatever. And sometimes it's even with compliments. You'll give a compliment and they won't receive it. And so for me, I was taught receiving by my grandmother, who was a pastor. And she taught me I think I was about 15 years old. She taught me that if someone gives something to you, receive it, because you don't know that they're doing it. It may be that God told them to give it to you. And so when you don't take it, you block both of your blessings, your blessing and the other person's blessing, because, you didn't receive what they were giving. And so I've seen it so much that I created this workshop, and I've done it a few times. And I also included some somatic practices as well. And so we're going to understand why you block receiving. We're going to release guilt, fear, and overfunctioning. We're going to learn how to receive love, money, support, pleasure, and guidance. Because some of us even block guidance. We don't receive it. Somebody comes to tell you something, you may have been praying about something, you may have put it before the universe or God, source, spirit, whatever you call him, her, or them. And somebody comes and gives you guidance and you don't take it because maybe you didn't think it should come from them. Sometimes, even our children, I learned that our children can help us and give us support and guidance. And if you are looking at, the giver instead of looking at what you're receiving, then, you'll miss out on some things that maybe you should know. You're going to regulate your. We're going to anchor receiving as identity, not essence. Core truth of the class: receiving is not passive. Receiving is not lazy. Receiving is a regulated, embodied state of trust. Because we have been conditioned, especially if you are in America, to believe that receiving is passive or lazy, and that it's not. It's regulated. But that is absolutely not the truth. Most people don't struggle to manifest, they struggle to allow. Intention setting. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. We're going to take a breath. And as you take this breath, I want you to say silently to yourself, "It is safe for me to receive in this moment." So join me and take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you do that, take a glance at how it makes you feel. When you do this. Why receiving is hard? Most of us were trained to earn love, approval, rest, and abundance. Somewhere along the way, we learned, if I receive too much, I'm selfish. If I rest, I'm lazy. If I'm supported, I'm weak. If things don't come easily, I don't deserve them. Now, how many of y'all have felt this, or have heard this even, or have been told this? Christie May. Yes.
I have all my life. Yep.
I would put up two hands. And it's the way we were conditioned. We were conditioned this way, especially as women. And for many women, especially spiritual women, there's a belief that suffering equals holiness. So let that land. Receiving requires us to release control, hyper-independent, proving, over-giving, over-functioning. And when I think about this, I think it's so beautiful that we're able to use receiving in this way. Oh, wait. So receiving in the nervous system. Here's the part no one tells you. Your nervous system must believe it is safe to receive. You cannot receive without your nervous system knowing that it's safe. It is safe. If your body learned that love was inconsistent, that money was stressful, that rest led to punishment, then receiving feels dangerous. And the thing that I know is your body doesn't reject abundance. It rejects overwhelm. So today we're going to open the channel. So get comfortable in your seats. And I want you to, close your eyes and then let your shoulders soften. Unclench your jaw. Now imagine your body as a cup. If the cup is already full of tension, responsibility, guilt, expectation, there is no room to receive. So on your next exhale, and we're going to inhale through our nose, and then on that exhale, you want to imagine emptying the cup. Now imagine something gently being poured in. Not rushing, not flooding, just enough. And then I want you to notice where your body tightens when you do this. And the thing is, wherever your body tightens is where receiving has been unsafe. We're going to pause for just a moment. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Receiving as identity. Receiving isn't something you do. It's something you allow because of who you are. You don't receive because you earned it. You receive because you exist. So we're going to do some identity reframing right now. And I want you to repeat after me. I am someone life wants to meet halfway. I am someone supported by spirit. I am someone who gets to have it easier. These were important to me personally because I felt that way. There were times when I didn't feel supported by spirit. I felt like I was just running around on a hamster wheel, and then I just thought that everything had to be hard. And then I realized that it was hard because I was making it hard. Because I didn't realize that I am someone who gets to have it easier. Nope, not that way. Sorry. So we're going to do a call and response. I'm going to say it, And then you're going to say it back. I allow myself to receive without guilt. I allow ease to replace effort. I release the belief that struggle equals worth. I open my body to love, support, and abundance. Receiving begins in the body. So if you leave today and nothing changes immediately, that's okay. Your system is learning a new safety language. We're going to do a somatic receiving ritual. I want you to get comfortable in your seat and just relax. I want you to gently close your eyes and then feel your body supported by whatever you're sitting on. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw soften, your belly loosen. You don't have to perform or be on here. You get to just be. Place one hand on your heart and one on your lower belly. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the exhale melt tension out of your body. Let the inhale create space for what wants to come in. We're going to do that again. We're going to inhale through our nose for a count of 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to exhale through our mouth for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when you're ready, I want you to gently turn your palms upward. Notice what shifts in your chest, your breath, your energy. This simple posture tells your body, I am open, I am available, I am ready to receive. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Breathe it out through the mouth. Bring your awareness to your body. Where do you feel openness? Even a little. Where do you feel resistance? Even a whisper. There is no right or wrong, just information, just sensation. Place a hand on any area that feels tight or guarded. Offer it compassion. Say quietly, you don't have to rush. I'm here with you. Again, open your palms. Breathe gently and repeat. I am ready to receive support. I am ready to receive love. I am ready to receive abundance. I ready to receive ease. I am ready to receive what is meant for me. Let these words land in your body, not just your mind. Imagine everyone in this space is opening with you. Imagine a soft wave of support moving through the room, not taking from anyone, but amplifying what each of us is ready to receive. You are not receiving alone. You are receiving in community. Bring your hands back to your heart and take one final breath in and a long, slow exhale out. Whisper to yourself, thank you for what is already on its way. Your body heard you. Your energy shifted. Receiving has already begun. You can open your eyes when you are ready. So you can join me in my monthly workshop, Permission Revoked. There's on TidyCal. I will drop the link also in the chat. And you can also follow me on Substack, Intuitive Tammi at Substack. I'm also Intuitive Tammi on YouTube, as well as TikTok and Facebook. So you will find me at Intuitive Tammi on all of those platforms. And I'm just so grateful. So I'm so grateful just to be here with you guys today. And I appreciate you being here. And so that is all I have for you today. And I hope that everyone got something out of it.
Oh, Tammi, that was beautiful. Yes, everybody? Cool. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And I felt it. How about you guys? You guys want to share what anything that happened during your while doing this? Don't be shy. Paula says that somatic ritual was really potent. It was like a portal opened in my heart. Now, I'm glad you said that. Vola, right? I hope I'm saying your name right. Beautiful name. I felt this really big energy right on my right side, about where my heart is. And my heart, my whole chest was tight. And when she said, look for your, where you have resistance to receive. And mine was in my chest. And then after we started doing this, I felt this huge spark. I don't know how to explain it. Just opened up my heart area, my chest area. That was beautiful. And you're absolutely right, Tammi. She's muted herself and gone off camera.
Okay, just acted up.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're still there.
Yeah,
Come on back when you're ready.
Zoom.
There you are. Hi, Tammi.
Hi.
Thank you so, so much. And I wanted to tell you that that's amazing, because one of the things, so I'm a Reiki master as well, and I give people Reiki. And when I do that, I tell them, all you have to do is be in the mode of receiving. because that's how it works. You just have to open yourself up to receiving, and it just works automatically. So when you started talking about this, I'm like, oh my God, that's the secret to the universe, right?
Yes.
It's really.
Yeah. It's something that so many women and people, especially women, because they've conditioned us. You're too much, you're lazy, all these things. And so we hear that, and even if you don't think that you internalize it, you do. And so it's in your body. And that was one of the things that came to me with the somatic ritual and some of the call responses and stuff, because you feel all these things in your body. You feel
Yep.
them. And it's like, you wonder why, different things are happening to you, but it's because of these things, because you don't know how to receive. And a lot of times, you throw that stuff back. Because I witnessed it with, actually, I had this situation happen when I was working, and I took a young lady home. She was on my way, so it wasn't like out of the way or anything like that. So I took her home from work, and at the end of it, she offered me $5. I took it because I know how to receive. But I got talked about after that. And I'm like, well, you gave it to me. I know how to receive. I said, I'm not going to say, no, never mind. No, no, because gas is not free. And I wasn't charging her, but she offered it. And I thought about it. I was like, wow,
Absolutely.
yeah. But this is the
She
thing that,
offered it. If she
yes,
didn't want to give it, don't offer it.
right. Well, she wanted to talk about it afterwards. Well, she took my $5. I'm like, well, you gave it to me,
If you
and
didn't want to give it to me, then
you shouldn't.
but but let's talk about what the conditioning was for that person to offer
Right,
you $5,
right,
right? They didn't
right,
really want to, but they were taught that that was appropriate, which
right,
it is,
right.
right?
I
But
mean,
don't
because
be
now,
upset about it when somebody takes it.
because now they got to do Uber and Lyft and stuff, right? And they got to pay them.
Yeah, yeah,
This was in the 90s, so nobody, we didn't have all that. And $5 was actually pretty good. You could get a couple of gallons of gas. You could almost fill up really at that
yeah.
time. But
I
it's
don't
like,
remember that. I'm not old enough to remember
right,
that.
right, right. I get that. How much was gas when you started driving?
I don't know.
Yeah. So it's a thing, and it carries over into like our whole life.
I just remember everybody freaking out when gas went up to $1.75.
Yep.
Remember that?
$1.75.
I
Damn.
know.
I'm about to
Highway
get a smaller
robbery.
car. Especially the people that had SUVs are like, I gotta get a smaller car. And now where are we at? $5 here.
Does anybody want to ask Tammi or talk to Tammi about what she does, all of this, or share? Don't be shy.
I was
You
gonna
don't have
say,
to if you don't
it's
want
all good.
to. Okay. Awesome. Well, absolutely beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tammi.
Thank you for having
I
me.
really appreciate it, and I'm definitely going to be watching more of your YouTube videos.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
we'll
Fola.
just um and so we'll just move into, if you guys are ready. Let me see what spirit can bring through for messages. Would you like that?
Yeah.
So most everybody here, except for Vola, I've met in the past. And so I'm going to kind of just. Have you had an evidential mediumship reading before, Fola? No. Okay. Well, I'm just going to give you. You don't think so? Not by that name. Nice. Okay. Good. So the Tammi, can you turn off your music?
Hold on. I'm
Thanks.
surprised it didn't stop sharing. Oh God, let me see what am I doing.
I think it's coming through your
Stop
mic.
sharing it. Okay, there we go.
So, okay, so just to give you a little bit of background, evidential mediumship is where I connect to spirit. to loved ones that are in spirit, and I bring in information that is evidence of the person that I'm speaking to, and speaking with, and based on, so I bring in things like relationship, gender, personality, things they did in life, and different pieces of evidence, how they passed, possibly a name, not always that order, but so that you can identify who I'm in connection with. And then I will ask the audience if anybody can understand that information, and I just need you to, if you do understand it, you can raise your electronic hand or let me know in some way. And then from there, if I have more than one person that understands it, I break it down to one person. This is called platform mediumship or gallery style mediumship. It's done just to prove that spirit, that we exist beyond the physical realm, that when our body passes, we don't, our consciousness lives on and is with you. So if you can take it, so also, although I shoot for 100%, it's like spiritual charades. It's not a one-on-one conversation. So be open to the information. Don't make it fit, but be open to it. And let's see, have I forgotten anything? Well, if I have, it'll come to me. So I am just going to ask Spirit to come through and to come in. Someone in the audience that would like to bring a message. So I am being made aware of a gentleman in spirit, and he has a little bit of a kind of a good sense of humor about him. He seems like a pretty good-humored man. He seems a generation older than the sitter. He has a fatherly type feeling, like there's this protective energy over the sitter. So it could be father, could be grandfather, could be someone who was like a father. And I got the name, this is weird, I'm just going to say it, Tombo, or Tom, or a T name, or Bo. Anyway, I feel like he passed when he was, he had dark hair, cut real short, a little bit of grain on the edges. So I would say 60s. Does anybody understand this gentleman, or at least 80% or more? Anybody take this man? Janice, you can? Okay. Anybody else? Janice, go ahead and open your mic. So how much of that can you take, Janice?
Well, I have an Uncle Tom who
Interesting.
My mom's cousin, and yeah, it could be.
Okay, all right. He passed in his 60s. Let me get some more. Whoa, it just got chills. And he had this really great sense of humor. Would you understand that? He liked to make people laugh. And he had a joke about everything. And some of his jokes may have been a little,
Offside.
Yeah. Right. And he had this laugh. Okay, so did he walk with a cane? Do you understand a cane with him, Janice? Because
near the end, he wasn't very
towards the end, and he kind of shuffled his feet. He didn't like that. He was not happy. I also see him walking around in maybe a hospice or a nursing home or some kind of facility. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And do you understand that he had children that came and family that came and visited him there? He said he says he was very lucky to have this family that truly cared about him, and he understood why he had to go there. He needed that level of care, and he didn't want to be a burden to his family. You understand this, Janice?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's saying thank you, and he's smiling at you, and he's thanking you for some reason. You probably know why he's thanking you. He appreciates you. Do you have a good relationship with his kids? These would be your cousins, right? This was
Yeah.
Uncle Tom.
Um,
Okay.
I know the other family, like his brother side better, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. He he's trying to ask me, do you remember that time where we laughed so hard our bellies ached? Do you remember a time where he would, no, you
No,
don't
I was
remember that?
much, no, I was younger when he passed.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Must be somebody else that he's referring to. Maybe
Or
it
maybe
was
his
your,
brother. His
yeah,
brother. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So is his brother your father?
No, my mom's
No,
side.
your mom's brother. Okay. But his brother, very
Mm.
close. So Tom, his name was Tom.
Yes.
Do you understand Tom Bow, like a nickname?
I don't know.
You know, okay, that's all
No.
right. A bag of tricks. He's holding up a bag, and he says it's a bag of tricks, kind of, tongue in cheek. Do you
Yep.
understand that? He had a bag of tricks.
He was always funny. Yeah.
Yeah. There's good in the world, he says.
Mhm.
There is good in the world. You just have to look for it. And he's also telling me that you just have to be open to receiving it.
Nice.
Look how he tied that in there.
There you go. He had a pet
So,
pig. He had a pet
huh,
pig.
he had a pet pig.
Pig. Yeah.
Nice. He's cute. Thank you for taking him. I'm going to leave him. I'm going to leave you with his love and thank him so much for coming through and see
Thank
if I
you.
can't bring in somebody else and see
Thank
what
you.
next wants to come in.
I
Okay. Who would like to come in? Actually, let's do something a little bit different. I want to do maybe a direct connect. And Helen, can I bring someone in for you? I would just like you to give me a name and relationship and see if I can bring them through.
Sure. Jim?
Jim,
Yeah, that's my dad.
your dad. Jim, your dad. Instantly, I get a beard, kind of husky beard outdoorsman. Is that Jim, or am I off? That's not Jim. Okay. Okay, I'll put the outdoorsman bearded guy to the side. Maybe I'll bring him in a little bit and tune a little bit better into Helen's dad, Jim. Okay, now I'm being made aware of a man who's a little more buttoned up than the other one. Almost a professor, scientist, school teacher vibe. Would you understand that?
Well, he was buttoned up, but he was none of those.
That's okay, but like a more of a, not an outdoorsman. So to me, he seems more like business, but he was intelligent and he used his intelligence in his job. Do you understand that, Helen?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was smart. He had a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Is he a little less, he's not so outspoken? He would say what he had to say, but he wasn't big on small talk, more reserved type. Okay, thank you for that. Jim's coming in a little bit closer. And did he pass from a illness?
Yeah.
But it wasn't long and drawn out. It was almost kind of sudden.
Well, the ending was sudden, but it was
Yes.
a long illness. Yeah.
Okay. He had the illness for a while, but it was kind of like, oh, dang,
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So I hear him calling you sunshine, flowers, something along those lines. Did he have some kind of name or something like that he would call you? Do you understand that at all? No. Okay.
Helen.
Anyway, I just felt,
No, I said just Helen.
Just Helen. All right, Helen. Do you understand a connection to sunshine and flowers? You
Not
may have, or he
specifically.
has. Do you have? Did your parents have flowers outside in the sunshine?
No.
No. All right. Sorry. Okay. So Jim, you're not helping me here. And I do hear him say, I'm sorry, although, no apology is necessary, right? He didn't like the way his leaving this world affected his family. He thought there was more time. Do you understand it? Do you understand this, Helen? He thought I thought I had more time. So he's apologizing for not taking care of what he needed to take care of in this world. Does that make sense, Helen?
Yes, it does.
Okay. He said, but you're doing really well. Do you understand that? He's very proud of you. There's something nervousness going on. Is that you? There's some kind of nervousness going on underneath some stuff. Are you nervous about something that's coming up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So he's trying to let me know that he's aware of that and to not worry because he's got you. And he says sometimes what you are hoping for or expecting, you may not get it in that form. So remember, in the end, it will come to you the way it's supposed to. Have faith and trust and patience. Do you have a hard time with patience, Helen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just letting you know that he's got you, he's aware, and he's going to help you through it. So be patient, and he loves you very much. Thank you for letting me bring him through. All right. So I think I have time for one more. Oh, big chills. So I feel like there's a collective message that's coming through. And it has to do with sitting in a circle around like maybe a campfire or some sort of, element in the center and performing a ritual or performing a ceremony. And I feel like what they're saying is whenever we gather in a circle with the intention of love and healing and connection, they are always there. And during those times, when you gather together, the energy and the sensations are amplified. So continue attending or being a part of these loving, healing circles. Boy, that sounds like a darn commercial, you guys. Come on. But they're always very happy to connect with us in any way, shape, or form that you choose to. You don't always have to be in a gathering. You can be by yourself and make your own ritual. It could be lighting a candle. It could be just sitting in a quiet spot. It could be going for a jog. However you find it easiest to get into a flow state. Do you know what I mean by a flow state? What I mean by a flow state is where you're not thinking with the logical brain, where you're just allowing things to come in. It's almost like daydreaming. And when we're daydreaming, we're allowing different ideas and thoughts to come through. And when we start to intentionally do that by asking our spirit guides while we're in that flow state, whatever ceremony or tradition or ceremony that you want to do, do it. Do it with intention. Ask your spirit guides and or your higher self or God, source, whatever it is that you resonate with, to come in and help you. Ask them a question and then listen for the answer. But be aware that answer may not come like that, right? It will come in tiny little hints and nudges after you're going about in your daily life. It may come in the form of seeing repeated numbers, seeing a name 3 different times. It's what you notice. So what you want out of life, what messages you need from spirit will come to you. You just have to notice them and be aware that they are always there. Always. So be in that state of flow and listen. Do it often as you can. Even if you don't get any kind of message or aha moment, because I want you to remember that spirit communication is subtle. It comes in quiet. And the more you do it, the better you will understand what you are supposed to receive. Does that make sense? Cool. This has been absolutely wonderful. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I do hope you enjoyed. And next month, if you guys are interested, I'm very excited. If you've heard of Monique Panchard, she is a spirit artist. So she does evidential mediumship, but she draws the person that she's in contact with. So that's going to be really cool. That's next month in May. So the 3rd Friday in May. I would love for you to come. Monique, I've known Monique for many years. She's really talented in drawing, and it's just amazing how she can draw spirit, right, as she's connected. So I hope you can come. And again, Tammi, thank you so much for bringing your own special brand of healing.
You are so welcome, and I thank you. I thank you.
You know, things happen the way they're supposed to.
They do.
You know, they really are. We just have to trust and allow.
Yes.
So everyone, with that, much love to all of you. And remember, the more we heal ourselves, the more we heal the world. I love you.